Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We're located in Frederick, Colorado. My name is Larry Vickers. Today, we're going to take a look at one of the used Freightliners that we have on the lot. In addition to that, we're going to talk about the advantages that Freightliner has over pickups, especially when purchasing a used one. With that being said, there is a long list of them, so we're basically going to break that into three sections. One, first and foremost, is safety. Second of all, we're going to talk about advantages from an economic standpoint. And third, we're going to talk about comfort for a little bit. So this is a 2015 Freightliner M2 106. The truck has just a touch over 62,000 miles. The conversion is sports chassis. So if we talk about it, just stop and think from a longevity standpoint, okay? So this has 62,000 miles. If this truck is well maintained, we should easily get 750,000 miles. Compare that to a brand new pickup. You're gonna spend a touch more on the used Freightliner, but data is showing about 250,000 to 300,000 miles for a pickup. Consequently, you'll go through two, possibly three $100,000 pickups by the time you do this one used Freightliner. So let's visit about safety a little bit. Well, the first one is obvious. Just the sheer size and mass of the Freightliner makes it safer. If we are in an accident, the chances of walking away from this are substantially higher than a pickup truck. So I realize there's a few used pickups or used Freightliners out there, not very many. So what makes this one different? Why buy this particular truck? Well, first and foremost, the way we service them when they come in to the dealership. Standard operating procedure is that we send them to one of the Freightliner mechanics where it's gone through thoroughly. We average about $10,000 in the shop in terms of preventative maintenance, as well as trying to make the truck new as possible. So I just wanted to educate you from the standpoint that we run them through this shop and thoroughly go through them before we offer them to the public. This truck comes with two storage compartments. There's a smaller one in back and a larger one up front. You can see it comes with a connection for the air hose, and an air hose is already in there. So you can use that to monitor air pressure on your tires, as well as put a different chuck on there to blow the interior out. I think a guy is going to use that air hose more than you originally think you're going to. DEF tank located under here, which holds up to 6 gallons. This is the trickle charger. This truck comes with a DVD player. So if you want to run that at night, simply get close to a 110 outlet, and that will assist the batteries in maintaining power. Under here is one of two 50-gallon fuel tanks. The other one on the opposite side. Even though that fuel balances itself out, you're going to want to fuel it up independently. Right here is the block heater. We're definitely getting into that time of year where you're going to want to plug that truck in at night. As we come around and take a look directly in front, and starting at the ground and working our way up. Tow hooks located right there. The bumper is broken into three sections. So if we are in an accident, we can simply exchange that part of the bumper without having to do the entire thing. We come on up and take a look at the hood. This is made of compressed fiberglass. Consequently, it is extremely tough and durable. We had a hailstorm come through that demolished the pickups By taking a look at the hood of the Freightliners, we really couldn't tell anything had happened. As we go on up, this is a big safety advantage Freightliner has not only over pickups, but other mid-sized trucks as well, and that is visibility. We see how large that windshield is. Plus, we are already above traffic, so you can really see what's going on. And as we come around, we'll get into it even deeper and talk about what makes visibility so good. See how narrow this is at the top, and slightly progressively gets wider as we come down. Compare that to pickups. I have a 5500 right now that's about this wide all the way down, so you really can't see, especially when you get into Peterbilt and Kenworth. It's similar to looking outside of an airplane from the standpoint, really narrow visibility. So we can able to see along this section as well. And as we view it from the side, see how that windshield wraps around? Consequently, even allow you to see that much more. This is the Cummins 8.9 liter engine. It is coupled with the Allison 3200 TRV transmission. This offers 350 horsepower and roughly 1,100 foot-pounds of torque. So we're talking about comparisons to pickups. You know, they're able to tow a lot. The new F450s have 500 horsepower. At the end of the day, they're still a pickup. And if you compare the size and the weight and the mass of this particular engine to that power stroke, it's obvious which one of those engines is going to last longer, which one of those engines is going to be more durable. The advantage falls to Freightliner. So as you can see, it's color coordinated under here. Where we see the red, we're going to leave that for the Freightliner mechanics. But where we see yellow, such as right there, that's things you and I can check in a pre-trip inspection. This truck has brand new tires on it. Those are Bridgestone 255/70 R22.5. This truck is stock number 5U240886. As we take a look inside the driver's seat, both driver and passenger side seats are air ride. In addition to that, they can be heated or vented. This adjusts the air. In addition to that, these are for the lumbar system, so that lets air in and out of the back of the seat. Right under here, or this adjusts the steering wheel. This particular truck is hydraulic brakes, with that brake release located right here. In addition, cruise control located here. This increases or decreases the brightness of the dash. The back seat makes down into a bed simply by pushing a button, and then can be taken back up to the normal sitting position. This truck is designed to go coast to coast, border to border, basically make those long trips. So this becomes a big advantage. I have checked with the DOT. These beds do qualify as a bed. So you can simply drop that back seat down, jump back there and take a nap for a couple of hours, and then you're good to go again. A big advantage this truck has over other used Freightliners on the market is storage capability. Not only do we have the ones on the sides, but we see it already comes with an additional storage box here. Now that's a $5,000 add-on that's already on there ready for you to go. In addition, It has 2 storage compartments running on along each side, one here, one on the opposite side. Now these can be taken off very easily. So if you wanted to use the bed to haul stuff on as well, or just simply wanted more room back here, these are easily taken off. Another unique thing about this, see how it comes with this cover? A lot of these trucks don't, so they built an additional cover that's on top of the gooseneck ball. So if you are hauling things up here, you don't have to worry about it falling in there. The whole bed is smooth and lined and ready to go. So that's another why buy for this specific truck. As we come on back, here's where we hook up the lights. This is for the Voyager system. That's the same system that the backup camera uses. So if you find yourself in need of additional cameras, such as putting them in horse trailers, you can simply plug that in there. And finally, as we go down, we see the hitch for a bumper pull trailer as well. As we come around this side and admire it from the side view, as we continue to talk about safety, I mentioned this is hydraulic brakes just like pickups, but there's a huge advantage into the size of the brakes, the brake pads and drums. In addition to that, if we think about the pickups and the size of the U-joint, all that horsepower, all that torque is still going through that same size. Well, if you compare that to the Freightliners, which is incredibly larger, the chances of something drastic happening are substantially lighter in a Freightliner compared to a pickup. As we take a look at the passenger seat, again, air ride, the adjustments are made on the other side. Underneath here gives us access to the cab air filters. As we take a look from the ground, this gives us a good shot of the DVD player. But perhaps more importantly, in my opening, I talked about comfortability and how we're going to speak about that some. Well, look how much space and room is available. Compare that to a pickup. Have a pickup in your mind. In terms of comfortability, so much room, so much space is really going to make those long journeys feel like nothing. So comfortability advantage falls to Freightliner as well. Now let's crawl on in and take a closer look. As we take a look directly in front, that simply confirms what we were talking about on the outside in terms of visibility. See how we're above traffic, plus the size and the design of the windshield, enables us to see things coming from the side as well. Automatic transmission. Right now we're in neutral with the brake on. When we're ready to go, simply release the brake, R for reverse, D for drive, and we're on our way. You can turn this into a manual transmission simply by pressing the button, therefore using the arrows to shift your gears. Intermittent marker lights located here. You can either blow cold or hot air into the back of the cab. Right there is the fan to turn that on. These are for the windows. As we come on over, mirror heaters located here. Previous owner did have an air hitch in it. That is what this gauge is for. So it is equipped and ready to go. So if you do want to put an air ride hitch, such as a Hensley in here, it's already equipped and ready. This is the dump valve that lets all the air out of the bed of the truck. An example of when you would use that is when you go to hook up your trailer. Let the air out, utilize the backup camera, which is located right here, back underneath your trailer, let the air back in, and all you need to do is jump out and secure everything. This is the engine brake. Here is another big advantage. over pickups. In a pickup, you have an exhaust brake, which does exactly that. Just restricts exhaust, slowing things down. This is a true engine brake. So if you're coming down a sharp decline, and we have that engine brake to high, we actually have 350 horses coming back at us. Backup camera here, you can turn that on or shut it off. Basic climate control located here. And a couple of storage compartments here as well. One here and a larger one located back here. So as we review, this is a 2015 Freightliner M2 106 with 62,000 miles. If you have any questions, please reach out to me at 303-684-3404. Feel free to email me at larry.vickers@transwest.com, or for more information, simply click on the link below. Thanks for tuning in today.